What does it mean for a business to truly give back? It is to not just write a check or not just tick a compliance box, but to look at a child who cannot afford insulin, look at a farmer whose land is turning into dust, look at a young woman who's dropping out of school and say, "We will take care of you." This is the philosophy behind Hinduja Foundation, one of India's most impactful CSR organizations. And today, we tell you their story. The Hinduja Foundation was established 50 years ago and guided by one simple belief: my dharma is to work so I can give. Today, the foundation coordinates the CSR activities of all Hinduja Group companies, spanning finance, energy, technology, manufacturing, and healthcare. Their mission is to build a more equitable and sustainable India. The foundation works across four flagship areas: health, water, education, and rural development. Let's start with water. India ranks 120 out of 122 countries in the Global Water Quality Index. Millions of citizens, particularly in rural areas, struggle with access to clean and safe water. The foundation responded with their flagship program here called Jal Jeevan, meaning water is life. Through the program, they've recharged 5 trillion liters of water, impacted 6 million lives across 4,000 Indian villages. They've restored 100 plus lakes and built 4,000 rainwater harvesting systems. And they've also installed 700 plus check dams. And Ashok Leyland, as you see here, the group's flagship company, is the first in the world to achieve water positivity across its manufacturing facilities. Let me bring this to life with a real example. Our teammate Sina Nayak visited Krishnagiri. Krishnagiri is in the rain shadow region of Eastern Ghats and hasn't been blessed with that much of water, good water supply. So we can hear from the farmers here.
అదే చెప్పండి ఏమేమి అవును
పుల్లగాలి పుష్టికి మంచి ఈల్డింగ్ వచ్చింది. ఈ మొన్న కొత్త మంది పోయింది దానికి మేము 30-40 ఏళ్ళు 50 ఏళ్ళు అనుకో మేము మంతోలి ఆ నేలకి
ముందు ఎప్పుడో 40-50 సంవత్సరాల ముందు తోలినారు.
To the paucity of time, I would summarize that the farmers are telling that they have done tremendous work in removing the silt, and their work has benefited many farmers. Farm yield has increased, and it has increased, and it has brought them very good revenue. And here we can see Miss Vidya, who's an executive with Pradhan, the NGO. She's explaining the project to Mr. Sina Nayak.
இது வந்து ஆக்சுவலி ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட் மிடுதேப்பள்ளின்ற ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட் அங்கிருந்து இந்த ஏரிக்கு தண்ணி வருது. இது நிறைஞ்சு அங்க வந்து நமக்கு வியர் தெரியும், கலிங்க சர்ப்ளஸ் வியர். அது நிறைஞ்சு வந்து அடுத்த ஏரிக்கு போகும். இந்த ஏரியில ஆக்சுவலி இது வந்து ஒரு 4 இயர்ஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி ஃபில் ஆனது. இதுக்கப்புறம் இப்ப இந்த வருது சார். இது வந்து ஆக்சுவலி ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட் மிடுதே.
She's explaining how the water inlet and outlet is made with a constructed tank over there, preserving the water supply and helping in water saving. Their PD Hinduja Hospital has provided free or concessional treatment to 1 lakh plus patients. They've had around 11 mobile medical units to serve the 33 tribal villages in Maharashtra. And it has facilitated more than 3 lakh patients, including gynecological consultations and eye checkups. And for 10,000 women in rural Maharashtra, they have provided free cancer screening. And again, here we spoke on the type 1 diabetes project. To dig a bit deeper, we spoke with Dr. Amrita Nair, who coordinates the program at PD Hinduja Hospital. So the children with type 1 diabetes, they need insulin 4 times a day, every day for life. The cost is around 12,000 per month. For a family earning around 30,000 per month, that is impossible. The program was launched in November 2019. Fewer than 10 families came forward because they felt like a hospital is going to charge them, which is not sustainable for them. Today, 1,000 plus children are enrolled across Mumbai, Pune, and Chennai. The HbA1c levels, which is a measure of blood glucose, has drastically declined from 11 plus to 7.8, and it is done in partnership with world-class endocrinologists. Access to insulin is not just a necessity, it's a difference between life and death for these children. The foundation has helped them choose life. On education, the foundation's Road to School program has reached 9 lakh plus children. They have supported more than 24,800 educators, and they've reintegrated more than 70% of the school dropouts. Through a model called Developmental Impact Bonds, they've supported 1 lakh students and 7,000 teachers in Haryana alone. On rural development, the foundation worked across 25 villages, transforming the life of more than 4,000 tribal farmers. And their Sujal Sahelis program has trained more than 800 women as water advocates, turning this into an women empowerment movement. And their microfinance program serves around 8 million people across 1.3 lakh villages in 22 states. What sets them apart? They're not just funders, they're on the ground at every stage of implementation. And secondly, their initiatives are aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, structured, measurable, and global. And thirdly, they build coalitions with government agencies, with NGOs, with the farming communities, with the implementing women all together. And finally, they innovate. They have also come up with IoT sensors for water monitoring, AI in healthcare, and developmental impact bonds in education. This is a foundation that does not stand still. To sum up, Hinduja Foundation shows us that business and social responsibility are not opposites. They're in fact the same thing. When a company genuinely commits to the health of its water, its people, and its communities, it builds something far more valuable than profit. It builds trust, it builds resilience, and finally builds a nation.